Welcome back to the series where I break down storylines featured in Smackdown Shut Your Mouth season mode. For each storyline that I cover, I document everything that takes place, the different options the player can choose, and what the ramifications for those choices are. So today's storyline is going to result from what happens at the previous pay-per-view. So for the purposes of this story, Kane has won his match to become #1 contender, and he then decides to interfere in the Undisputed title match that he is next in line to challenge for, and proceeds to help out the challenger, in this case Triple H. Kane's presence at ringside really stacks the deck against his brother The Undertaker, who in the end succumbs to an attack via a sledgehammer, and then later following that, a pedigree. That can only mean one thing. This gives Triple H the chance to become the new champion after winning, and his first challenger is set to be the man who helped him get that win, none other than the Big Red Machine, Kane. So the next night on Raw, following Triple H's match, his buddy from the previous night, Kane, is going to appear on stage. But he says that it seems like Triple H didn't need his help the previous night. It seems like these two aren't on the same page anymore. He then goes on to say that the game wouldn't have become the champion if it wasn't for him, which is probably true based on what we just saw. Kane then asks, how do you like them apples? Which, I mean, we can all totally picture him saying that, right?
I hate apples.
It's the next week now, and Farouk is going to come out and ask why is he not the #1 contender for the Undisputed title. I mean, I suppose he is a former WCW World Champion and all, but he just cuts straight to the chase and challenges the champ to a fight and says that he's going to do what he does every night, and that's always pounding ass. Damn! On to Monday Night Raw now, and no more time for that mid-card filler stuff, as the Big Red Machine is back on the mic and says that it must be a lot of work for the Undisputed Champion to have to represent both shows. Yeah, have to wrestle ass pounders like Farouk, for God's sake. But Kane really respects this, and to show it, he's going to be the special referee for our match tonight. As you can probably tell by now, the outcome of these TV matches really isn't important, it's just all about the promos and cutscenes. And just like that, we've already arrived at the go-home show for Judgment Day. I know there isn't much in the way of choices for the player to make in this story, it's a pretty straightforward one. But Kane is back out, and he actually apologises for making himself the special referee last week. But the Big Red Machine wants to make it up to us, the champion, who is Triple H. I know we haven't seen him a great deal yet, but that is about to change, as Kane announces that the game will be in a handicap match against him tonight. So following the match, Kane is going to mount a beatdown on Triple H when suddenly Rhino makes his way down to the ring. He and the game then team up on the Big Red Machine, hitting him with a double suplex, as Triple H finally is able to get back at Kane here for putting him in all them hard to win matches in the previous shows. However, before he can do anything else, Rhino swoops back in and clocks the champion with a steel chair shot, as both men in the pay-per-view upcoming main event are now down. And the reason Rhino has come out here is because he was actually the one who defeated Kane the previous month at Backlash to become the #1 contender to begin with. So Rhino then acknowledges this loss and then says that even though he's not the #1 contender, he is damn sure the #2 contender. And this somehow makes him eligible to enter himself into the Undisputed title match at Judgment Day, now making it a triple threat match. It's not totally surprising though, as if we've seen with Kane and Farouk in their prior events, wrestlers can pretty much just make their own matches in this storyline. So the stage is set for the pay-per-view, and before the match, Jerry the King Lawler is going to come to us. He says that he feels sorry that we have to go up against two other challengers tonight. He then asks what our strategy is going to be going into the match, and we can respond with two options, so this is the first and only choice we actually get to make in this storyline. So we can say that Triple H doesn't need a game plan since this match is going to be a cakewalk. King then applauds us for our confidence and tells us to go for it. The second option, we ask King does he have any ideas, and he then tells us to lay it all out on the line and give it our best shot. So you can probably guess what happens at Judgment Day. Pedigree clean in the middle to sign us out. It's goodbye from me, as the game is still a champ. It's all about the game, and I